Hey, how's everybody doing? Well, I'm only speaking to one person at the moment, so how's that person doing? That's probably me. Let's see how many people turn up. I've sent things out. Hey. So, if you're watching this from the beginning, how is everybody doing? I hope you're well. I hope everything is good for you. This is the first live of the new year, so again, Happy New Year to everybody. It may be a bit late, but there you go. Woohoo! So just wait and see if anybody turns up, then we'll have a start. So today's topic is Elon Musk. Is he a megalomaniac or visionary? We'll see if anybody wants to join, comes in. Hey Bart, how you doing, my man? Hope you're well. And a good evening to you too, sir. We'll just wait and see if there's any more people decide to turn up, mate, and we'll take it from there. I've got a guest coming up. It should be coming up. It's been arranged. So we'll just wait and see if he turns up, and we'll take it from there, mate. Stupid. Yeah, so that's going to be the topic of discussion today. Elon Musk. Do you think he's too big for his boots? Yeah, I don't usually do lives, mate. To be honest, I'm not that brilliant at them, so I just stay away from them altogether. And I just like doing my videos. I've got a new video. I've got a couple of videos coming up soon. I've got one coming up about a famous crime in the 1960s. I've also got another video coming up, which I'm going to get the information from. It's going to sound really weird. Did a ghost solve a crime, or was it just mass hysteria? It's a bit of a legend near me. But I hope you like it. I'm going to try to do a small, 5 or 6 minute video about it and take it from there. So we're just seeing who's turning up now. Yeah. Also, tomorrow, I should say today, actually, I've got a day surgery at the hospital at 12 o'clock, which I need to get into. I'm going to be left all groggy of that. So, hey, Vic, good to see you, my mate. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Glad to see you here. Yeah, I've got day surgery. What they do is they can put a catheter through my arm. Then they're going to check my veins, and it's all about this operation, which I'll be getting with this. Not looking forward to it this year. So then I've got another scan happening, I think, on the 24th of this month too. So yeah, so it's all go with the hospitals and scans and stuff like that, and all the good excitement stuff. Oh yeah, it's going to be full of excitement, mate. I'm going to look forward to it. You know, got to be there for 12. Then got to put on the old hospital gowns, and I've got to wait there. So they decided to do the operation. Well, it's like a mini operation. What they do is they're going to put a catheter through my wrist, then going to put it all up. Yeah, that's it. But I'm getting a coronary angiogram. Yeah, that's it. It's just to check the Just check my aneurysm. They want to check, see if my veins are clear. I think they're clear. I rarely drink now. I don't smoke. Haven't smoked for 12 to 13 years now. And really try to keep away from fatty foods. Or try to. Sometimes it's easier to live on takeaways than it is to cook, actually. It's a terrible saying that, but it's the truth. Everything goes on, depression is depression isn't one of the best things in life. It's very hard. I find it very hard. I call it a black dog. Yeah, it's very true, Vic. Very true. I won't put that one down, but very true. Yeah, I recently, when I done my family tree, always used to think that there was other problems in the family, but when I done my family tree, I found out that my dad's dad, my grandfather, he died of a heart attack on the bus. He was a bus conductor, so he died at work. Hold on, let me send. So yeah, he got taken to thing, and he died of heart problems. So I'm the one in the family who's got it. So I'll just text my guest, see where he's coming. That's what I've got, Bart. I've got an aortic aneurysm. Yeah. And that's why I get checked too. There he goes. I'm sorry to hear that, mate. My mum passed away with okay. Yeah, my mum passed away with thingy. She passed away with sepsis. She had a blood clot in her bowel, which caused her bowel to die, and they pulled out 2 or 3 foot gangrene bowel. She was in a medical induced coma. She never came out of it, and we had to turn off the machine, which is something I'd never want anybody to do. So, yeah. So it is not. Yeah, these things. I don't like hospitals, all right. So, but tomorrow got to be there. Have it done. Damn, mate. In the early 60s. I'm so sorry to hear that, but really I am. This is not. I can't say anything more, man. I'm sorry. I lost my mum when I was 31, 32. Lost my mum, died in the bathroom. I've burnt out a cigarette and half a can of beer. Jeez. Bloody hell. I bet. That's just. Yeah, I mean, damn, that is very wild. It's almost Elvis-like. It's yeah, no, it's cool, mate. It's cool. Well, I plan to talk about once um Brian comes up, because Brian's my guest today. We'll talk about the Elon Musk stuff. I want to find out different points of view. I've got my own I've got my own thoughts about Elon Musk. They're not very positive. Yeah, that is the type of problem. You know, different generations. I mean, my step granddad used to come back home from mass, and he always used to become back home drunk, and that is from mass. You know, it is what it is. So, oh, itchy. Yeah. So, well, then I've got my scan happening on the 24th. So that anyway. So that'd be enough hospital stuff. Yeah, it will be. But I know, mate. I know. Well, I don't know, but I'm hoping fingers crossed and toes crossed and everything else is crossed and touching wood. Not that wood, but touching the proper wood is going to be there. Anyway, yeah, so we can kick this off. So, has anybody got any thoughts about Elon Musk they would like to say? Do you think? Do you mean? Let's be truthful. Have you got positive thoughts, or have you got negative thoughts about him? Because it'd be interesting to hear what different people think. Because I think right now, that's my personal thoughts. If people want to disagree, they can do. If they agree, okay, you agree or disagree with whoever. I think he's turned out to be a bit of a megalomaniac. I am positive on Mark. Okay. So why are you positive on Mr. B? Why are you positive on Elon? Or why are you positive? And we got to congratulate Vic. Yeah, I know Vic hasn't been well, but he's coming back and he's doing things, and all positive and good vibes for our friend Vic Ferrari. He deserves all the best. He's a really good guy. Yeah. So why are you positive on Elon, Mr. B? What makes you think he's okay? Okay. I'm not a huge. This is what Vic says. I'm not a huge fan, but I do believe there's a lot of pressure to be in that type of position. I don't know that you can be a genius without being a little bit crazy. I do get that. I do. Bart says he doesn't know much about Elon. Mr. B, he's totally redefined spaceflight. Well, his company has. It's the people around him have defined space flight. At the moment, I think he's acting like an egomaniac with yeah, that is very true, Vic. That's you don't disown your children unless they've done something really, 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 really majorly bad. There's no need to do that. He hasn't brought the internet to millions. He's brought X, and where he bought Twitter. Now I've been on Twitter. Thank you very much, Vic. It's greatly appreciated. You're a top man. And he talked, and I've been on X, and it's gradually gone downhill. And the amount of misinformation that is going, saying, "Oh, right, you're talking about Starlink." Yeah, Starlink is, but again, that's I feel that's increased his power. He's talking. He's bought Twitter, and it's now turning into X, and X is a quagmire of misinformation, porn, and just right wing extremists. Really is right wing. I thought sometimes I could be a little bit off, but no, that is totally. I'm even like, whoa, that's wrong. Alex Jones is back on X. He's spewing his filth. It is actually filth what he's spewing. He's claiming that what's happened in Britain, and what happened in Britain with the grooming gangs that's been happening back in the early 2000s, and that they're harvesting children now for their organs and stuff like that, and it goes unchecked. He allows it. And Elon is trying to influence our governments. We've got a party called Reform. Reform Party is held by Nigel Farage. He was offering them money. And this is when Trump won the election, and Elon has got his own position in the US government now. Should he have got involved into British politics? These are types of things that he's been doing. I mean, I could even show you. Hold on, let me get this. Let me get one of his things here. Doobie-doo. Okay. Sorry for the dead air, but I'm just getting something up here. I'm going to show that thing. Okay, so got past this space stuff. Sorry, I'm just looking through Elon's just to prove a point. Okay, so this is a good one. Let me share this. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I can't remember if I spoke to her or not, but if I'm not about, wish her all my best, mate. Will you please? Okay, so in Britain, it's just recently became law that you need voter ID to go and vote. It's just recently came in. Now, since 1998, there's only been 8 cases of voter fraud happening in Britain, and that was due to postal. So what Elon's saying here is the only reason to ban voter IDs to commit voting fraud. Some playbook there as here, however that means. And it goes on about the Aldean Party, which is the Labour Party. This is British politics he's trying to get involved in. Should he be doing that? This is the point I'm making. Should he be getting involved into our British politics while he's involved in the US government? Any thoughts on that one? I'll put the StreamYard here, up on there. Well, like I say, I don't think I'm going to be I don't think I'll be on any lives tomorrow. So, but Vic, if you wish her all my best, and then give my channel's regards to her. So, and much prayers and love and anything else you can throw at it, anything positive, you know. So, okay, we've got somebody here. Just had to.
Hello. Hey, what's up, Paul?
How's it going, mate?
Going very well. How are you, sir? Long time no see.
I know. I've been, to be honest, I've been going around different channels at the moment, and I'm trying to keep away from the drama.
Oh, is there drama? Wait a minute.
Well,
Let me take
there's
that
always,
question back. I was like, let me take that question back. There's always drama.
yeah, there's always drama. I've been, I've been having some problems with myself, but I just feel like sometimes it's best to take a step away from it, you
Hmm.
know.
Right.
But yeah,
Uh,
like
I wanted to hop on here really, really quick. I have some work things that I have to that kind of popped up. I know I agreed to come over here and keep you company, but I'm gonna have to drop. If you are going to be on for a while, I'll try to finish this up and rejoin you. But I wanted to come over here and at least tell you to your face that I'm gonna have to be a little delayed getting back to you.
I totally understand. Work must always come first.
I appreciate it. Again, I'm sorry for the
No,
inconvenience, but it's just
no,
kind of sprung up on me.
no. I appreciate that. Everything of that. But thank you for turning up anyway.
Absolutely, and I'll be back, and I'll try to stay in the chat if I can kind of chat
I'm
along the way as well.
I'm not, like I said, I'm not too sure if because if you're not going to be about, I don't know if you went because I've got a good day surgery to go to tomorrow.
Oh, really? Well, let me catch up
Yeah,
with you in a little bit. Let me when I get back, I'll try to at least touch base with you back on here, or if I can get in on Discord.
yeah. Probably be in Discord would be better. But you concentrate on your work, mate.
Gotcha, buddy. Thank you, man.
All
See
right.
everybody
See
later on.
you later.
All right, bye.
Thank you.
Mhm.
That was Brian just letting us know that he's buggered off. Take care, mate. Yeah, Press Forever 21. That's where I see it. You know, a little bit of positivity. Hey Al, I'm doing well, mate. I'm doing well. I was hoping to do a discussion about Elon Musk, but a little bit there, and my guest has got work things he needs to do now. So I was like, think like this is the internet. Things never go as planned, do they? But I hope all is well with you too, sir. Um, it's coming out. It's coming up for our special day, isn't it? And Burns night. I may make a small Athel Bros for that. May have to buy a bottle of whiskey and buy some honey and get some oats and some oat milk and make an Athel Bros. If you don't, nobody knows what that is. It's a traditional whiskey liqueur. And it's all to do about with somebody trying to capture a load of Scottish, so they tipped all this stuff down a well and captured them when they got drunk. It's basically the story. Oh, what? That guy. I heard, yes, that's another thing. Trying to buy Liverpool FC. A lot of Scousers are not happy about that. There's a lot of people that are not happy. A lot of Scousers are not happy about it. A lot of Liverpool fans are not happy about that. He's not well liked. Trump isn't well liked in Liverpool neither, sadly to say. Well, not sadly to say, but it is. Trump's a divisive person. Either you like him or you hate him, and there's neither one or the other. You know, you can't say be in the middle. His gran was from Liverpool. Yeah, well, my gran's from Edinburgh, but you don't see me trying to buy Hearts or Hibs, do you? God, I wish I could afford to buy Hearts and Hibs. Yeah, and Trump's mum was from. Where was Trump's mum? She was from one of the islands in Scotland. Which one would you buy? Hibs or Hearts? Oh well. I support the east end of the city. I don't support the south side of the city. So I would go for the team that plays in green and white. And plus, I've been sort of near Leith. I actually collected an award in Edinburgh. Hey, Angel, how's it going, my man? Hope you're well. Hope you're well there. So I'm going to drop the link. If anybody wants to come up, please come up. If you don't, you don't. So that's it. There you go. The link has dropped again. You're more than the Heebies. Oh yeah. My grand's team was the Hearts. In fact, when my gran was born, her mum was in hospital. Her mum was my great gran was in hospital for the entire labour, and she passed away at the Edinburgh Infirmary, and where the infirmary is now is part of the university buildings. So I've got a really good connection with Edinburgh. Some of my family were vintners, and if you don't know what a vintner is, the people that dealt with ports and liqueurs. Hold on, let me just think. So, yeah, wait a minute. There's a famous port. I can't remember. Was it? Oh God, what is it called? Okay. Okay, so My family's related to Al. You know me. This one, the Sandyman Port people. So yeah, that's part of my family. Apparently, if I've done it right. So yeah, okay. So again, let's go back to Musk. We've got to break it off. Is Musk? Well, how would anybody else define Musk? How would anybody else see him? It'd be interesting to get that, but to find out how anybody else there. So, you think he's a visionary, Angel? Why do you think Elon Musk is a visionary? The link is there if you want to come up and say your piece. Yeah, just trying to find out what other people think. I mean, you say he's a visionary. How is he a visionary? What do you think he's done that makes him that? Do you think he should have a place in government? That is very true, Al. Some folks are better off not getting involved in politics. I totally believe that. I believe when you go and buy social media firms, that is when you got to stay away from politics. It's a way of controlling the masses, isn't it? You can write what you can write and say we should support this guy and support, and people will believe you more because you own that social media company. I mean, if I own a social media company, I'd print. I could print. You should follow this. You should follow this, and lots of people would agree. Do you think Do you think he'll become a force for good for the U.S. government because he's got a government office now and it's called Doge, isn't it? DOGE. What do you think he's going to do there? I mean, if you're a president or if you're in charge of a country, would you employ him to work for you? Could you trust him to do it? Because it's all about trust, isn't it? He's in talks of I heard he's in talks of buying TikTok now from the Chinese company or from China. That's what I've heard. I think politicians are better off involved in politics. Yeah, there's quite a few politicians a bit. I can understand that one, Vic. But wherever you see, where think politics, politics can be used as a force of good. But as we know, as we see, we all know this. It's also used mostly to bring down the masses. It's mostly to bring down the working people. Name me one true politician that ever fought for the working man. Yeah, yeah. Elon Musk is That is very true, Vic. That is very true. There are two classes: the ruling class and the rest of us. And very rarely do we become part of the ruling classes. Very rarely. Name me the last president, the US president has ever been classified as a working class president. And name me a last prime minister and president that's been classified as a working class prime minister. You'll find out there's been so long, it is ridiculous. They definitely have, but that's money. Yeah, but all that's money, mate. Musk, Bezos, and Zuckerberg have snuck in. They own social media. Bezos owns Amazon, one of the world's biggest companies now. Controls a lot. Controls anything from movies to books to shopping and to buying little knickknacks. Musk accomplishments. I mean, he's made some, like Mr. B's pointing out, he's made some outstanding accomplishments. He has. But right now they're being stripped away for his own selfish thoughts, trying to get involved into other countries' politics, trying to tell other countries and how to run stuff. This is not right. This is out of order. You know, and look at Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg created Facebook. Now he's created a whole massive company from Facebook into it's called Meta now. They've made these are the one of the three richest people in the world. And they delight in telling us and how to behave and how to think and what to do. Well, all right, space exploration. Elon Musk was planning to go to Mars. But look what Bezos is doing. He's got a rocket shaped like a women's sex toy. And he does these trips out there. What's he doing for it? You know, is this the way of the world we're going into now? Exactly. You have to be a billionaire to be in power. Yeah. You have to be as rich as. Then it depends if you're from the left or right, because either way, one side is going to crucify you. I mean, all right, I'm not a big fan of Trump, really. I'm not a big Trump supporter. But if he does some good, he does some good. But then again, you'll get the left that'll trash him. Same with Keir Starmer. You get the right that's totally trashing him now through the finances. Is the finances his fault? People think, oh no. Once a new government takes over, that these finances just disappear and it starts again. No, it's being covered by the indecisions and everything else from the former government's 14 years of charge of wasting money. You can't recover that money, can you? You can't recover it. It's got to take time to build up again. But then getting yourself into, like I see, it's Elon Musk again. He's thing. We have had a grooming scandal here, and it was in the 2000s. This grooming scandal, and it just blew up. It really did blow up. It was a terrible thing. We found out that it was being covered up by the police. The police didn't want to do anything because they didn't want to seem to be perceived as racist, and it was political correctness gone mad. But they got the people. They tried the people. Most of the people are in prison, and some of them are waiting to be deported now. Our system of deportation is rather rubbish. It really is. But now it is all blew up again. Elon Musk is saying this should be done, this should be done, this should be done. Other people is going complaining about Britain. Yeah. I think, right. It is selective outrage from people like him. It really is selective outrage. They're doing it because it was a certain demographic of people that are doing it. Well, damn, I should have brought a share in Amazon for 18. Yeah, I'd be a millionaire. But they're doing it because there's so many demographic of people. America's got its problems. I looked up this thing, and it was from one of the papers. I don't know how true it is, but it seems true. Since the year 1998, over 300,000 children in the American schooling system have experienced gun violence at school. That's 300,000 children. And right now, Elon Musk is trying to get himself involved into British grooming gangs, which has been sorted. Well, it hasn't been sorted, but they should have done a lot more. But nobody is doing. But his outrage is aimed because it's that certain demographic of people. Right now, he should be worrying about those 300,000 odd children have experienced the gun violence at schools. They should be concentrating on that, not concentration on what is happening in Britain. That Elon Musk is trying to champion a guy called Tommy Robinson. I don't know if you know Tommy Robinson. Tommy Robinson is a complete and utter fud. Tommy Robinson is a right-wing thug. Here is why Tommy Robinson is not what I think. Tommy Robinson was a member of the British National Party. If you don't know what the British National Party is, the British National Party was a far right group of getting everybody who have a different ethnicity from Britain. They want to make Britain a total right. Then after what was happening after 9/11, then after 9/11, there was Muslim. Again, okay, so yeah, well, let's be truthful. There was Muslim gangs going around it, There wasn't people there. There's Muslim groups going around, and Tommy Robinson and his friends got together, and they formed. You're welcome, mate. You're welcome. He is a complete fud. And Tommy Robson and his mates have formed a group called the English Defence League, and there was fights between these there were far right Muslims. There were extremists. There was fights between the English Defence League and the thing. Tommy Robson has been known to have been a illegal drug user. He's been charged with assault. He's been charged of going to America under a false passport with a false name. He's been charged with mortgage fraud. He helped people. He helped his family to buy houses in illegal means. He almost wrecked a case too. There was a big case over here where, again, some demographic people got caught with children. They ended up in court. The court warned Tommy Robinson that he should not go there. He ended up going there. That whole thing almost got... The whole court almost stopped. They almost stopped the whole proceedings. Those guys who had been in court for doing what they'd done almost got away with it because Tommy Robinson said, "I want to film this," when he was already warned not to. You imagine you're those child's parents, knowing that because of some idiot who was not in front of, it had nothing to do with the case. Remember, this was happening in the north of England. He's not from the north. He's from the south. He's from near Luton. Well, he's Luton. Luton's classified as, not for me, but for other people, is the south. Because he wanted to go there, he almost wrecked that case. The case almost got dropped, and the people walked away. Could have walked away. Because he wanted to film his own rhetoric. He went to Canada and he got arrested in Canada. Tommy Robinson claims to be British. He says he's British and he's all that. And he claimed... Yep. Then he got 18 months because he'd done a film. And it was just... It was just blatant racism. And they got told not to show it, and he done and showed it. Now he's in prison again. These are the people that Elon Musk is championing. This is what they're now on X. This is why Elon Musk should mind his own business and worry about his adopted country instead of worrying about what's going on in Britain. Exactly. I have never been a fan of Tommy Robinson. I have seen him for what he is. He doesn't care. He really does not care about anybody else apart from himself and how to make money. He is a right-wing thug. And he deserved to be behind bars. That's how I see Tommy Robinson. These people calling out these grooming gangs. What it is, Elon Musk again saying about these grooming gangs. Why has nobody mentioned the Catholic Church grooming gangs or the Protestant or the Church of England grooming scandals? How many people in the Catholic Church? This is true. How many people in the Catholic Church, children, have said about the priests? John Paul II helped to cover it up too. The Pope up after him helped to cover it up. It was only recently the Pope, one of the Pope said, "I apologise for what was happening." Nobody has mentioned this because it doesn't fit their rhetoric. It is selective outrage. If you're going to be mad at one religion's downfalls, be mad at all religions' downfalls. Saying, why is it religion? Okay, yep, I know. Why aren't they saying, hey, this is a problem in religion itself? These are the problems of the main religions that's been happening. Why is it these main religions, stuff is happening here? But no, they're picking on one demographic of people just so to get noticed. It is wrong. Right, I'm going to put the StreamYard up again. If anybody wants to come up and give their point of view, they can do. Do you know, I read somewhere that it was, I think it was over 500,000 children have been involved in some type of I can't really put the words to it. Okay, some type of grooming in the Catholic Church. 500,000 children. Why isn't nobody talking about this? Why isn't the people like Elon Musk, the British government, the American government, the world's governments talking about this, but they're ready to talk about Islam? They're ready to talk about that because it fits their rhetoric. It is the selective outrage, which I've kept on talking about. Selective outrage. It is woeful and it is disgusting. They keep on saying there should be a national inquiry about the Muslim. Yes, I totally agree. There should be a national inquiry. There should be a national inquiry in why is this happening in any religion when all the person done well out of all things was a bloke who was born in a stable, came out and just talked about love and understanding and helping people. That's all you talked about. And when you knew he was at the end, when he got caught in the Mount of Olives, when the Roman soldiers came up and arrested him, one of his disciples took a sword and cut off a Roman soldier's ear. What did that bloke do? He picked up the ear and placed it on the Roman soldier's head and it healed him. They still need religion to try to control the masses. That is very true, but they're using it so wrong. They're not looking at the entire picture. They're looking at a small piece. I know when I started my history degree, you get told how to look at art. And how to look at art, you study the whole picture. What is the picture telling you? My picture was a countess on top in this tower, What is a picture showing you? So I had to look and see what picture's showing. You had to look at the state. You had to look at the actual painting and look how tall it was and everything. Nobody's doing that. They're just looking at a small piece, getting a small group of white ring thugs, trying to bring hate onto people, and it is. I saw a bumper today saying Jesus is my Lord and Trump is my president. You know what? The way I see it is, Vic, and that one, I still see US as a relatively young country, and I still see the US as technology is massive, but as religious, you're still as backward. You're still in the medieval times of religion, I believe. You still are. There's in that dark age of religion over there. Believe in a man that taught love. That's brilliant. But to put Trump and Jesus together, they're two totally opposites. They are two total opposites there. Trump, born in money, loves money. Jesus went into a temple and he chucked everybody out the temple because he didn't want anybody buying or selling in the temple. Look what Trump done. Trump released his own Bible too, didn't he? The Trump Bible. How sacrilegious is that? And I'm not even religious. Look, if you are religious, if you believe in Allah, and all Allah is God. That's just the Arabic name. If you believe in different prophets, Muhammad is a prophet. That's all Muhammad was. He was a prophet. If you're if you're Jewish, you believe in Moses and Abraham, and they're part of Christianity too. Of Christianity, you believe Jesus was the Son of God. But they're using religion to control people again. You get people who find any excuse to have a go at somebody because sorry, Vic, that made me laugh. I was going into one again. Finally print the Victoria Bible. Oh shit! What? Sweet as, mate. Sweet as. I'll take it and yeah. I'll definitely read it. How many pages is it going to be? But the point is, they're using religion to divide people again. We've had enough. Me and Al are almost the same age. We've seen how religion divides people in Scotland, and there's still a small divide in Scotland. Al can tell you that too. There's an old joke in Scotland where somebody goes into a pub and they say, "Oh, which religion are you?" And this person goes, "I'm Jewish." And another person goes up and he goes, "Aye, but are you a Catholic Jew or a Protestant Jew?" Yeah, my parents from Glasgow. My mum's dad was Catholic. My mum's Protestant. My dad's family was Protestant. My dad's family, we used to be in the Orange Lodge. My dad was in the Orange Lodge. My dad had the red flag, the red hand of Ulster flying above his bed. And we asked, and you play the orange music. You'd play the Protestant flute, and of course he'd play the sash. That's drummed into my head. While my mum would play Kevin Barry. She would play the Fields of Athenry and while I would play the Merry Ploughboy, just to wind people up just wind my dad up on the old firm day. It's always a world brighter place when somebody always comes out and recognises who they are, mate. It makes the world a better place, I think. There's no qualms about people being gay. I've been around with gay people. I've been in a gay pub. Got a few drinks brought for me in a gay pub too. I was quite happy with that. Didn't have to pay for anything. You know, I ain't bothered. All right, Catherine, you keep your hair on. No, but it's always the world's always a better place when somebody comes out and says who they finally are. That's the way I see it. Oh dear. It's not that type of flute there, Vic. It's not that type of flute. Glasgow has got some brilliant gay bars. I've never been to a gay bar in Glasgow, but I used to live out in the sticks in the West Country, and the only pub that was open up at like really late was the gay bar, and that's when I had a few drinks brought for me. I was quite happy to take the drinks. It was a cool atmosphere. I enjoyed it. And if somebody's buying you drinks, well, you don't complain, do you? But I do know the words to the sash. I do know the words to the Billy Boys. These are all things I grew up with when I was younger. Oh, it was out. It really, really was. The only problem is it had one toilet and you had to queue up for the toilet. That is the only one problem. It was like, Jesus Christ. You had to learn to hold it in properly. You know what I mean? I enjoyed there. It was a good night out. Oh, yeah. I've drunk with so many people. I've drunk with Glasgow City councillors. And I've drunk with Glasgow City MPs. I've drunk with a general. I've drunk with people in charge of hunts. You know, it's amazing how many people you meet in your life that you don't know about. I'll find it out. Yeah, that's true, mate. That's true. It's true. You got to have a good laugh. You got to have a good laugh. Right. It's come up 3:00. I'll keep this going to about 3:30. See if Brian comes up. Then if he doesn't, I'm going to stop about 3:30. Like I say, I've got Al, I'm my dad's cousin is a really, really well-known Scottish reporter, a newspaper. He's in the press, and if I say his name, you'd know exactly who he is. He also does food reviews too, and that's and my mum's cousin is a really famous Scottish musician. He's played at Hampden. He's done a Flower of Scotland at Hampden Park. His brother has been a session drummer for the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and I've had a couple of hits back in the 80s. What was that? Was that? Like, go away. Yeah, so apparently they don't know me though. I just said hello. I said my mum's cousin, hello. Vic, it's always a pleasure to have you in the chat. If you're up here, you're in chat, you're in chat. It's always a pleasure to have you around, mate. And thank you very much. And I'll let you know how things go. And yeah, I know, mate. And thank you very much. You're a good guy, mate. Love you lots. You take care. Yeah, so well, we'll just keep this going for a little bit. May shut it off earlier, in fact. But the whole point I'm making is that people like Elon Musk who are supporting these people that I mentioned, like Tommy Robson and people like that, and they say they're defending free speech. No, you're not defending free speech. Yeah, it's far from free speech. What you're doing is just abhorrent. It is wrong. And like I said, complaining about British Muslim gangs, complaining about British grooming Muslim gangs, while there's 300,000 people, 300,000 children who have seen gun violence in the US. You need to sort your own house out before you come into our house and start telling us what to do. That is what I think. We have enough problems over here without a billionaire who's willing to stick his nose in and trying to tell us how to do stuff and how to live. The world is, after these last couple of years, I think the world is growing more angry right now. The world is growing more and more angry. People are hating each other more. People are fighting each other more than I have seen it. Exactly, Al. He's supposed to be the champion of free speech. Look at that. And you'd think anybody who has got a company as big as X, or as good as big company as big as Facebook, or anything with social media, they'll try to make the world a better place instead of printing misinformation. It mean, I'm staggered. I have never seen the world more angry than it is. That never seen it more angry. I mean, I've lived through the Cold War. I've lived through the Troubles. I have seen the Gulf War, 2 Gulf Wars. I've seen Kosovo. I've seen the Bosnian, the Yugoslav wars in my lifetime. I've heard stories from the Falklands, from the Troubles, from soldiers, but never have I seen as much hate as it is now. It really is. Yeah, Al, I believe that. We see it on. I mean, we deal with drama on YouTube. Boy, do we deal with drama on YouTube. We've seen drama. We've seen people having a go at each other. I've seen people. I've seen images that you think, oh my God, grow up. I've seen people going round to people's houses. We've seen it all on here. We don't have to see it out in the streets. And we certainly shouldn't see things like this. I know. You drama on YouTube. Where does this come from? It is. I'm just staggered at how angry the world is right now. People like Elon, people like Zuckerberg, people like Bezos even. They're all in the same group. They should be making it a better place, but they're not. They're really not. And if by chance, by the smallest of possibilities of like 0.0000001%, if they ever did see this and they did hear me talking, sort your shit out. You're grown men. You're acting like mini dictators. It's Nigel Farage. Oh God. No, Nigel Farage isn't. Nigel Farage Nigel Farage will sell himself out for a quid if he can get it. I voted to leave Europe, and this is why I voted for Brexit. I voted if it was the EU was all about trade and the freedom of movement, I'd say fine. You got to take the rough with the smooth. But it wasn't. I seen the EU as a I've seen the EU Parliament trying to tell other countries what to do, and that's something I disagree with. I open-handedly disagree with that type of politics. As federalism, we're not part of that, and that is why I voted to leave. You leave the EU. I didn't vote because Nigel Farage wanted me to vote. I didn't vote because there were some Russians giving out money to people, or Russians telling me how to vote. I voted because I looked at it and I thought, well, I don't believe in the EU Parliament. So that is why I voted to leave. I see Nigel Farage he claimed victory for that himself. Okay, he was the main champion of it. But right now, Nigel Farage is selling himself out. He may as well bend over and let Trump do him up the backside and Musk at the same time. He may as well they get them to do spit roast him. I wouldn't trust him to run a daycare, let alone a bloody country. Do I trust Keir Starmer? No. Do I trust any Prime Minister? No. Anybody says, we thought you were going to do so much better. Well, dude, grow up. Yeah. You know, he's like, oh, let me be ambassador to America. Why? Why should you be ambassador to America, Mr. Farage? Tell me why. Your party's only got 5 seats. You're claiming to be the biggest party. But right now, your party is so small, it's only got 5 seats in the parliament. It's seats that count in our parliament. It's not how many members you've got in your party. Right now, you're one of the smallest groups, and yet you're claiming to be so big. You say you want to be ambassador to America. I wouldn't trust you to be ambassador to the Isle of Wight, mate. You spend more time going on fox hunts and going to trips to America to visit your friends than you do about your own constituency, which should be people who should be helping people out there. This what's wrong with our country here. You know, God bless America. America's done some fantastic things in its short while of being a country. It really has. But we are the grandparents of that country. And we don't need to be looked after. We should be working together. We have people like Farage who's willing to sell us. Farage would sell us to become the 51st state of the US. He really would. We don't need to be the 51st state. We are our own country. We have been an own country since the oldest kingdom. Scotland has one of the oldest kingdoms in the world. What we should be doing as a country is getting America, getting the big European countries, and working together instead of people going Trump and Musk. We should buy Greenland. Yeah. Well, we'll make Canada. There's only one problem with Canada becoming a 51st state. The Canadian government doesn't own the land. 90% of the land belongs to the head of state, which is Charles III. Look it up, and he's not going to sell to America. Charles III is the world's biggest landowner. Whether you like royalty or not, no, Canada will not be the 51st state of America. Greenland will not be the 51st state of America. There is no point of Greenland being there. People saying, he goes, it's for defense, it's for defense of course of Russian aggression. We've lived through the Cold War from 1947 to 1992. We've lived through all that through Russian aggression or Soviet aggression, or NATO aggression. We've lived through it all. We've lived through the threat of nuclear bombs being thrown and nuclear missiles. We've had leaflets put through the door about nuclear missiles and how to survive a nuclear attack and how to build our own, what things we need to save. We had all of this information posted through our doors. We've had the propaganda TV programs, the propaganda movies like Commando, Rambo, Top Gun. These are the main propaganda movies. We've had our own propaganda movies in Britain with Where the Wind Blows and Threads. The CFAX, yeah, I remember CFAX too. But we've had all of this in my lifetime. And never once has people said, well, we need to take Greenland. That's the way I see it. We've lived through this. People of my generation, have lived through all of this. We've lived through the fear of nuclear missiles. We've had it in our music. When Frankie goes to Hollywood and they done Relax, when 2 Tribes, 99 Luftballons. We've had all of this before. And when we came out of it, we thought it would be a better place. Well, look what's happened now. The lunatics have finally ran the asylum. On that point, if you can disagree with me, write it down in the comments. I've got a couple of new videos coming out soon. I've got one about doing one about a famous robbery, which is coming out shortly. Should come out in the next couple of days. Also, I've got working on a video about a local legend. It's a crime. Also, it involves a crime, but it involves a ghost tale. Did the ghost tale solve a crime? It's only going to be a short one, and I'll be working on the first gun assassination in the world. Probably, maybe. I think it is the first gun assassination in the world. But this is definitely the first one that happened in England. Also, I'm thinking that I've got a Patreon page. My bills are mounting up. It costs me to do so we could do the videos. So there's a Patreon page going to be put out in the next video. The Patreon page is £5 to join. Is the chance to win a book. So if I do a video about, let's see, if I do a video about a Tudor crime, you'll win a book about a Tudors. If there's enough people in the Discord, in the Patreon, if there's enough people in the Patreon, there also may be a cash prize, but we'll have to see how many people actually join the Patreon for it to do. But there will be cash prize. There will be prizes. I don't believe in. Maybe a cookbook. No, maybe. I don't believe in taking something free, but like I said, it's £5 a month. Chance to win something. Also, if you do join, it will help the channel. It'll help the channel grow. It'll help me to do more videos. If you like that type of thing, but if you're going to watch this and do this later, you'll leave this later. Please leave your comments. Try to make them. If you're going to leave a comment, if you disagree. But remember, if you're going to write a comment, there is a block. You can write something that you may not agree with, but you got to be polite in how you do it. I was thinking of the Brun. If I was sending you the Bruns there, Al, I'll just send you a picture of Royal Willie. But like I said, all the details will be that for the next video. Keep an eye out for that one. I'd like to thank everybody who was in the chat. I'd like to thank Al, who stayed with me. Thank you very much, Al. It's always a pleasure to have you on. It's always a pleasure to have Vic, and of course to have the quick visit by Brian. Hopefully we can get together and do a more sensible debate instead of me going into one. I'm sorry, it's just how I feel. I talk on how I feel. I'm not worried about monetization for these types of things. I'll just say how I feel at the time, and that's me. But I'm waffling on. Everybody take care. Everybody in the chat, take care. Thank you all for being here. Bart, Vic, Brian, Al, and Mr. B. Thank you all. You all have a good night. You too, mate. Thank you very much, Bart. Look after yourself, geezer. All right. Good night, all.